Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. How is everybody doing? You have a fantastic weekend. Oh my gosh, it's been so crazy busy, but we got lots to talk about tonight. I'm so excited. Hope you all were able to catch the stream or the replay of the Berlin Fan Fest keynote speech. Some really cool things. A lot of stuff we've already covered. Yeah, they think that a Falconer is gonna be the DPS. We'll see. We'll see. Well, let me catch up. So, new thing tonight. I'm starting tonight, and is to kind of help get more engagement, and also because conversation's interesting. So I'm going to try to do a would you rather every night, every day time I stream, and this time it is would you rather unlimited fast travel or unlimited inventory space in every game. So Blood says fast travel, you can manage inventory. Here's the thing for me. I think it's going to depend on the game. Also, let me see. Are drops still a thing for Final Fantasy 14? Because I forgot to add that. Let me see. Which drops? Sunday, July 26th. All right, I'm not going to put them on because it ends at midnight on the 26th Pacific time. So it doesn't make sense to add them on there. Anyway, so fast travel in some games would be amazing. Funny story, when I was playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, it took me like a whole expansion to realize that there was a thing called fast travel in that game. And here I was being a dummy and just running everywhere and not using any of the fast travel maps or anything. 'Cause I didn't even know they were there. Wasn't even paying attention. Inventory though. So here's my thing. For like gathering games like Palia, I feel like unlimited inventory would be amazing. I can manage with running everywhere, especially if they give you a mount. I can do that. I can manage running everywhere. But having an unlimited inventory when I'm out there just, like, grinding and getting a lot of different things, because whenever you're in Palia, you just kinda go, like, you zone out and you just start grabbing everything. Eventually, your whole inventory is full, and you gotta zone back into your house to drop it all off. And honestly, I just literally just started playing it, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, I think it was, and I'm already at nearly max inventory at my house. So, I would love to have more inventory space, to be honest with you. But, like, for Final Fantasy 14, it's a massive game that fast travel has to be a thing. And like Blood said, we can manage the inventory. So for me, the answer to that is gonna be, depends on the game. Which I guess is kinda cheating, but it is what it is. But with fast travel, you can just bop back home to drop it off, and if it's infinite fast travel in a sense, that you can port directly back to where you were, then that's superior. So here's the thing. Palia, you have to travel to the teleport to go back home. Otherwise, you can use the one cooldown. It's a 15-minute cooldown. Kinda like how Final Fantasy 14 has a return, and it's got a cooldown, it's kinda like that. So, like, I could do that, but then I'd have to either go to, like, one of the teleport locations, or I can use my return. Final Fantasy 14 does a really good job and just allows you to teleport from anywhere, which I like, with no cooldown, so it's helpful. Anyway, you also said Jesse Cox made a good point. As hype as you are for this Bastion job right now, when they just showed the other new job in October, you'll even be more hyped for that just because. Honestly, here's the thing. So we know that the new job, that they released one job, okay? And that was Bastion as the tank. I was hoping they were going to do both, but of course they're not going to. Um So they released the Bastion, and honestly, it looks so cool. It really looks really neat. I'm not a tank player. I'm scared of being a tank. To be honest with you, I don't want all that responsibility. Especially like in raids and stuff. I don't want any of that responsibility. But it looks cool enough that I probably will try it. It feels like it has a ranged element to it, to be honest with you, which is kind of neat. You think they should have done tank second? You know, that might be, but I don't know. People are pretty hype about Bastion right now. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I think the queues are going to be fine, especially when they do this, I guess you want to call a super server. I think the queues are going to be better. We'll see. We don't know because we've never been through this before. But anyway, there is rumors going around that the second job is a falconer. And which you would think that would make it a pet job. But I don't know. I know that I'm kind of torn because I play dancer as my main. But I've been waiting for a physical range since dancer came out, really, because I feel like we need more of them because I like physical ranged. The same way of like a healer would like, we need more healing jobs because they like healing, you know. But neither here nor there. I'm kind of torn about what I want to do. Do I want to open up my Evercold streams with me working on leveling Falconer to where I can then work on the Evercold story with Falconer? Or do I want to play Dancer and then go into Falconer? I don't know. I'm kind of torn. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so speaking of FanFest, we got some good information. I'm not going to go over all of it because a lot of it was just repeat, but we just saw some artwork, which is kind of neat. We have found out that the zones are technically what you would call ships. They're basically ships, but they're technically above the fourth shard. So you know how we have, what is it, 13 shards, and then you have the source. Well, so the fourth has become inhabitable, so the residents basically took ships and magicked them into the sky, and that's where everybody lives now. So technically, we're not going to the fourth, as far as we know yet. We're going to the ships that are above the fourth, which is very interesting. The zones look beautiful. For what they showed us, they look really, really pretty. Something else that was very interesting that that they talked about was the story is going to be interesting in how this happens, because you're going to have the main quest, and then you have basically have three options. You can go to zone B, go to Z, go to zone C, or go to zone D, and go through the different stories that way. And then you have to go to whatever one you didn't do, and then the next one you didn't do before you can move on to the final portion of the quests. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. So anybody could be going to zone B and know about zone B, and then the other person goes to zone D and knows about zone D, but the people in zone B have no idea what happens in zone D yet. They said that they're doing that to kind of bring more discussion in the game, which, okay, I can see, but I feel like that's not going to really be a thing because, especially for our server, spoilers are like heavily frowned upon. Like heavily frowned upon. So I don't know how that's going to work. I honestly think that one of the biggest reasons they did it was to kind of help the queues and the instances and the amount of people that are in the instances and all of that. Because if you notice, if you go to zone B and you're going to do a dungeon, they're trying to break up the queue for that dungeon by taking 2/3 of the community to the other two zones. Does that make sense? So it just feels like it's more stability reasoning is why they're doing that, which I think it's a good thing. They're trying different things and apparently other games do this. I didn't know that. It does make it to the where it's not a linear story, which Final Fantasy 14 has so many layers to the story, so it's definitely not linear anyway, but still. What did I miss? They are massive airships, and the names of their ships are based off names of famous Norse ships. Are they really? One of them is like the Ship of the Dead. The fire ship Righorni was the name of the ship Balder was burned on in a pyre after Loki betrayed and killed him. That's interesting. I did not know that. I mean, it is a very Norse looking, like the artwork is very Norse looking. So, Lord of the Rings type of thing too. Like I think we saw some artwork in Anaheim Fan Fest that made you think that. But the main city, Nogvar is what it's called. Very beautiful, very pretty. It's the realm ship of water, and it's also where the player town area was going to be. It's going to be named Fallgarther. So you got Nogfar and you've got Fallgarther. This is very interesting. Anyway, moving on. So we already talked about seasons in Anaheim, so we know a little bit more about that. We know about the reborn mode versus the evolved mode. They are talking about adding what they call world raids, I guess. Basically, it's Eureka / Baja in the open world. So that's interesting to see. I don't think they're going to be changing hunts, which is what I was scared of because I enjoy doing my hunts for my tomestones. So I don't think they're going to change that. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, the same region player matching, the super server, if you will, is debuting in Japan on October 12th. They don't have any other dates other than that, but that does mean in a couple months it'll go to Japan, and then hopefully shortly after they do all their testing and all of that, it'll come to North America, Europe, and China. So I was hoping for a date, but I can see why they didn't want to give a date. Yeah, I am hyped too. I think that's gonna be so much easier. So much easier. Couple things that were not on my bingo card. Chocobo companion overhaul. So, like Blood said in this dream, direly needed, desperately needed. It literally has not been touched, I think, since 2.0. And you can bring your chocobos in dungeons. Now, that's set for 8.1. And that's going to be like if you were going to do 2 players in a dungeon and then 2 chocobos. That's going to be very interesting. I think it's more of a novelty anyway, to me. Like if you want to play with a friend, that's awesome. But to me, it's like, okay. They're also going to be doing a overhaul of the chocobo breeding, which is going to be an 8.2. And I don't know much about that. I've dabbled in the racing breeding. I'm not sure if that's what they were talking about. But to me, it's just too involved, and I've dropped it. I've picked it up. I've dropped it. I picked it up. I dropped it. This is a cycle for me. I'll look in my achievements and say, oh, I need to go and finish that achievement, but it just never happens. So I want to talk about this next thing, and I need you all to understand. I love music, okay? But there is something about me, I don't know what it is. When I hear a tune, sometimes my brain goes blank and I have no idea what that song is. I know it, but my brain is not registering it. That is exactly what happened. And I'm not going to apologize because it is who I am. But I will have a clip later on going out later this week about our reaction to the 8-man raid reveal. And I'm slightly embarrassed that I didn't know the song right off the top of my head. But of course I saw a picture screen. I was like, oh shit, I know what that is. So, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm a Disney nerd too, right? So, like, I'll hear Disney songs and I'm like, wait, what song is that again? And I've watched Beauty and the Beast so many times because obviously it's my favorite Disney movie, right? But I'll still hear an orchestral version of Tales of Old Time and not realize that's what it is. My brain just does not register it. I don't know why. It just doesn't do it. Anyway, that's coming out later this week for my clip for our reaction, but that was like an OMG moment. I don't know how Final Fantasy XIV gets away with these announcements without spoilers. Like, I have no idea. Like, their staff is so large, surely someone would have leaked something. It's crazy to me. I have no idea how they're doing this and how they're getting to have such massive news like this with no rumors. Now, no rumors that I've heard of. And I usually get spoiled pretty quickly on stuff. So I don't know. It's crazy to me. You were in the restroom literally last year. I mean, in the clip you'll see me like roll back because like Blood is over there in the living room screaming, well, quietly screaming because we live in an apartment complex, you know. But like he was just losing it, and I don't know what part he lost it. Like I don't know if he heard the Sephiroth part and then he lost it, or if he heard it from the very beginning because he's really good. Like he's my complete opposite. Like as soon as he hears like one bar, he knows what that song is. In fact, we need to do a game on that. Like, I'm gonna like play a music bar, and he has to guess the song or something like that. We got to do a game like that one day. But yeah, it is. So you said as soon as you're saying as soon as you heard like the first bar, you knew it. Because half of the room in Berlin knew it as well. I heard them cheering. And I'm like, wait, what is this? Why am I not? And then I heard Sephiroth and I'm like, shit, I know what that is. What is that? And then here he comes screaming like, oh my gosh. The first 3 seconds of music. See, I told you. Like, and he knew immediately what it was. I'm just so bad at that. I'm just so bad at that. So, and then another thing that they're doing, and I'm not entirely sure that it's the best idea they've ever come up with, is a freaking keyboard game at Gold Saucer. And what made it funny, what made us feel like that they were making a joke, was that Yoshi P was like, y'all have keyboards, right? And that to me made me feel like they were referencing when Blizzard said, what, y'all don't have cell phones? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they really, I was just like, what the heck? They should have announced that first and then did the 8-man raid series. Now, granted, the rewards for this are kind of cool. You get Barrett Glamour and you get Tifa Glamour, which is amazing. But I don't know, man. I feel bad for like Switch players because they're not going to have a keyboard. They'll have the keyboard on the screen, but it won't work the same, I don't think. Amount reward, they didn't announce that, so it may be just a rumor. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just felt so weird and not, I don't know. It didn't seem like it would be something that they would do to like section off non-PC players that may or may not have a keyboard. They've been working really hard to like not make it a single player game, but make it to where you can play single player if you want to. So not everybody's going to use the chat, which you don't necessarily need a keyboard for. If you're a console player, you're using a controller and that's it. Most times. Sometimes. I won't say all the time. There's people who will have a keyboard attached to their console. That's fine. But I know I did because I like to type and talk to people. But there's people who don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm very confused. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they are going to do about that. I don't know. I don't see that that's going to be something that's going to last very long. Or if it does, then it's going to be. Brian said people better get good at touchpads. It's funny because when we were younger, you had the Nokia phones, and that's how you touchpads were used for your keyboard. You had to hit like the numbers a couple different times to get the right letter. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time again. It is time for another episode of Are You Blaze Gaming with your host, me. Last time in Stormblood, some shit went down. All right, so quick recap, quick surefire recap because we have been sitting here talking for like a half hour now. All right, so we went with Mefred and we took him and Lise to the peaks, to try to get some resistance recruitment, and they were tired. They didn't want anything to do with us, which I can't blame them. When you fought a war for so long. It's almost like the complete opposite of Ishgard, though. If you really think about it, Ishgard was like, "Yeah, let's go. We can win this war." Like their morale was so high, almost it felt like they just knew it was just a war. But to be honest with you, they've been going on it for 1,000 years. Ala Mhigo, it's somewhat recent. Like I think within the last few years or so, right? So they're just so tired. They're tired of it all, and a lot of it, I think it has to do with the fact that they were being oppressed. Um, I think the Dragon Song War was more like you stay on your side, I'll stay on my side, and we'll have the occasional battle, but we're not going to torture you, like the Garleans were doing with the Ala Mhigans. You know what I mean? So I think there's a little bit of a difference in a war there. Anyway, so we did a little bit of helping and we rescued a young man who just turned around and put himself back into danger. But that is where we found Fordola and the skulls, who I think they mentioned this, and I kind of sort of remember it, but these were Van Bazar's children, so to speak. Basically people that kids that from the higher ups in Ala Mhigo, like the higher elite rich people in Ala Mhigo, higher class and all of that, and he took them in and he trained them to be cold-hearted, bloodthirsty killers, basically. So they were there and beat the guy half to death. Lise wanted to go after him. Medfred said no, it's not a good idea. Let's go back to Rogers, or let's go back to Alagana. So we went back to Alagana. And they're like, yeah, so I appreciate everything that you've done, but we still can't help you. We're tired. We have nothing left to give. All was not lost, though. We ended up getting a couple of people who saw some of our actions and said, okay, we'll join. We want to fix what's going on with Ala Mhigo. So we went back to Robbers Reach and we started making a plan to try to cross the Veladina River. So we started taking it out, and all of a sudden you have smoke coming from Robbers Reach. Lo and behold, guess who's there? Somehow Fordola knew that we had Robbers Reach, and she brought none other than Xenos, fucking Xenos, to our doorstep. Lise and her foolhardiness tried to attack him, didn't really do much. Yastrola had to step in front of her to try to protect her and ended up getting cut down. Like, we thought she was dead. But we still don't know if she's alive, actually. Now that I'm thinking about that, we never did get it. She's okay for now. So I have no idea. Then what else? So, during that whole encounter, Mefred ended up getting killed by Fordola. So that happened. Our first death of Stormblood. Actually, no, Papalimo was technically the first one. Even though it was Heaven's Word patch quest, he was technically the first one of Stormblood, I feel like. But anyway, Mefred was the second. So sadly, he ended up dying to that attack. And it felt like, honestly, it felt so much more like Waking Sands ×2. Like, when the Garleans attacked Waking Sands and Realm Reborn, is what it felt like. We fought Xenos. He basically beat our ass, but then left. Like he was toying with us. We went back to where was it? I can't remember the name of it. The place where Rabon is, right in front, right in the beginning, right in the area of the fringes, the castrum or whatever that they took a hold of. And we were talking with all the other scions, and basically Alphado's like, Xenos has this territory, but he also has Doma. So what we should do is he can't be in two places at once. So let's go to Doma and try to recruit from there and try to split his attention to try to build up the resistance and gain some traction. So we went to Limsa Lominsa, dealt with the pirates at Tagru, had something over one of the guys' heads. Apparently he's one of the High House's missing sons or something of that nature. And he took us to Hugane by way of Siren Song Sing, which was the first dungeon of Stormblood, where we had to kill some sea monsters. So that is where we are at tonight. Hope everybody can hear the game. I may have to turn it up. Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit. And let me know if it's too quiet. And then we are going to get started in. The game is too quiet. Well, let's see. I wonder if my mucho quieto, huh? I wonder if it's too... How's that? That better? Good? Okay. Good. I love this gear. It's so great for I feel like for Kugane. But anyway, oh, water. I also have to drink my water tonight too. I'm behind on that. I don't know how far we're gonna get before the first break. I've just been sitting here chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna do a little bit of exploring. Of course, it's nighttime again. Like, we got here at nighttime. It shouldn't be that way for much longer, but I'm gonna go just walk around and get the aetherites. I think is what I'm gonna do first and foremost. And just kind of look around. Now, my question is, would Kugane would be considered Japan or China? And of course, I've never been to either one, so I have no clue. If you were to compare... Oh, you know what? You know what I can do for the next few minutes? I completely forgot. I said I was gonna do the jumping puzzle. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get to it, but like we can just mess around with it for a few. Let me try that again. A few minutes. Man, I can't talk tonight. What the hell? This stream just started. This is not. It's not. Oh, I can't go that way. It's not how it's supposed to work. Yeah. Yeah, that jumping puzzle is kind of fun, actually. Now that I kind of have a better idea on how to do jumping puzzles. Man, it took me months. Say all I don't even know what I said. What did I say? You're supposed to tell me what to say again. You didn't say much. Thanks. Anyway, we can try to do the jumping puzzle here in the next few minutes. I think that's something along the lines that I tried to say. That's all, folks. I don't know if that went really well or not. I don't know. All right. You know, I was thinking about doing like points for like that are game specific. Let me go ahead and say I completed these. Thank you for being first. I appreciate you. You're first in my heart. You are best. I was thinking about doing a game specific. You know how I have a hard time remembering to like heal in Kingdom Hearts, so I could do points for like healing in Kingdom Hearts, like heal thyself. And 14, stop everything and go do a jumping puzzle. Or I don't know. Also, use your controller upside down for 1 minute, or use your keyboard upside down for 1 minute. That type of thing. Oh, I want to go this way. Yeah. Save the game. Save thy game. All right. This is the last one. Didn't take us too long. That was actually pretty decent. All right. Wait, do I have them all? No, I don't have this one. I thought I got that one. Well, oh, you know what? No, you're right. Okay, I didn't. Let me go here. I think our girl we miss a lot and hope she's okay. Hers says save the damn game. I think it's, you mean Turbo? Turbo Benzo. Yeah, I think last time that I was in her stream, she said that she had some in real life things going on. She was going to be streaming for a few weeks, but I don't know like when she's actually coming back. She has posted it to Instagram, so I think she's okay. That was all of them. All right, so look. We'll try this one time and see what happens. I still haven't fixed the mod yet. That's on my list. She needs a good Arthak. We miss her lots. I do miss her. I do miss going into her her streams. It's always so much fun. She's so sweet too. All right, so let's see. See, I'm so out of practice. Yeah. I wish there was a way to like, not everybody understands the wrestling meme. Welcome back. Welcome back. I tell you what though. All right. Nope. Okay. Actually, I can go over here, I think. Maybe not. I thought I could. Nope. I have to go right there. Okay. Never mind. So let's try this again. Nope. Okay. We're not going to play with this anymore. I'm done. I'm already done. We're going to do story. We're going to do story. I'll come back to it. I'll put it as a points. Go do the Kugane jumping puzzle. We'll do it. We'll do it that way. And every time I have to like do it for like five minutes or something like that until I fall down or something. Kevin Owens comes back. I hope he comes back fully clear too, or he says he ain't and jumps a guy. I will say this. The gold saucer jumping puzzle is actually really good training. I'm pretty sure I did the jumping puzzle when I was on a controller. And when I switched to keyboard and mouse, it was so hard for me to figure out how to do jumping puzzles again. So, okay, we got a little bit of time for some story. So let's work on some story. I don't really have a goal for where we get to tonight. Because there's just so many quests in Stormblood. It's crazy. We're about a quarter of the way through, though, to be honest with you. And we've only done 2 nights of it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just kind of going to play it by ear for the first couple nights and see where we go. I heard something. What happened? Sorry, I heard a squeak or something. I don't know what I heard. That was you? Okay. I'm glad you're okay. All right, let's go talk to Alpha now. Oh. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home with limited resources at our disposal. Me or broke? Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Garlean, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Authord, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price? You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. Just like that Yagiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the selfsame reasons we were. They must have found a way to Authord, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should seek out our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I had got plenty of practice in Nishgard. Captain Garlean, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course. Surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to our destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the navigator watch over and keep you. Right, but I've heard of the word hostel before, like a hostel, which is like a type of roommate type of hotel kind of thing, I guess. It's like dorms for traveling, basically. Right then, to the hostelry? After you. Hostelry. I don't know why they call it hostelry. It should just be a hostel. Got something in my eye.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
You go, girl.
Oh,
1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the seventh dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Oh, hell no! What is Lolorito doing out here?
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugani. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
That's right, Alfie. That's right.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
Yes. Yes, he is.
I beg your pardon. If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said.
Oh dear, have I offended you?
Are you going to laugh about it now, are you?
Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
I like this version of Alphino.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
Doesn't everybody?
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
All right, if we have to. And you must be Bree Ripclaw, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants? If some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. Who did we steal pants from? I don't remember that. I knew it. May I say what an honor and pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Not likely. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company's offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way. It would be good, so good, if you would be so good as to follow me. Maybe people making saucy fan fiction. I mean, I really don't remember stealing anybody's pants. I'm trying to remember, like, you would think that I would remember something like that, but I don't. I'm gonna look it up. Who did the warrior of light steal pants from? Stole pants from an old man disguised. Oh. So that was a mistake on the writer's part. Because it should have only said that if I had done the Hildebrand quest. Because apparently in the Hildebrand quest, which makes sense, you steal someone's pants. Yeah. But I didn't steal those. They were given to me by somebody. But yeah, that was a Hildebrand thing. Like, it should not have been said to me because I haven't done that on this character yet, so I don't know, man. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkanto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetheryte which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of the Charlayan, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, but wonders never cease. Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you, this particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. A tune if you'd like. Instead of lining up coils of Bahamut too, but yeah, that is true though when they were talking about where Ali Seha was at. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetheryte. Come, come, let us move along. The markets are next. Ooh, markets. I don't know if I like this handcut guy. Especially if he's working for Lola Rito. Hey, Cock. We've arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or kogane, are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh, a kindred spirit. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Lordy. Hancock of the East Aldernard Trading Company, you are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Kyton. Pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Kyton of the Hakuchi. Akuchi kuchi kuchi. Kuchi kuchi ku. Anyway, of the Hakuchi clan, it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. The Hot Coochie clan? Yeah, you bypassed the bot that time. Alrighty. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find them all and more. And on we go. Alex is like, get on, move on, move it. Lordy. I guess we go this way. Yeah, down here. If we may pause here for a moment. The road leads to the Injin Gai, the district in which Injin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisaigumi, I'm gonna assume that's how you say it, punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation. Though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. Shit! What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, the samurai are a humorous lot. Why, I recall one instance where a foreign merchant in his cups dared lay hands upon a Hinkin aristocrat in front of the Sekisaigumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another. Or you with yourselves, in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. You little jerk. He's laughing about it. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. What a complete ass. I say, it's like, let's just go. Let's get this over with. Because he was talking about how we were going to end up like Teleji Adeleji. If we don't behave ourselves. Alright. But yeah. I don't like him. Currently. Yeah, he's being a little bit of a douchebag. He thought he was being funny, honestly, to be truthful. Alright. I know, I feel like we just started playing, but it is time for a break. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Breaks are required. Unfortunately, I cannot stop them. But I don't play during these breaks. I do encourage people to get up and stretch your legs and rest your eyes, get a drink of water, get a snack, go to the bathroom, all of the self-care shit. And you do that, and we shall return right after the ads are over. All right? Be right back. And we are back. I hope everybody had a fantastic break. I got myself some delicious looking fruit. I actually had forgotten I had it. How many ghosts was Scrooge visited by in A Christmas Carol? Well, I know what the obvious answer is going to be, but I'm afraid that's wrong. 4. Marley, Ghost of Christmas Past, the Ghost of Christmas Present, and the Ghost of Christmas Future. Pretty sure that that's correct. Unless this is a joke. I don't know. Some would say it's 3, it's totally 4, unless there was more that I don't remember. Okay, so it was like a trick question almost, like you're trying to see if I remember the ghost of Marley. Which, it's my favorite Christmas story ever. Like, that's like my favorite go-to to like a Christmas movie or Christmas book to read. So I just love the lesson. I'll leave it at that. I like the lesson of that story. Anyway, all right, let's finish this quest. I read someone miss a bar quiz question because they said 4. Really? I mean, the obvious answer people would say is 3, but it really was 4. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? They are slightly different, aren't they? But they do look Garlean. Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Okay. What is that? Oh. There is, so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral, I can't even say that word. Ephemeral? Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Oh, delights of the pleasure district, but you're doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. Ephemeral. Ephemeral. I don't care. Ephemeral. We already know I can't speak. Tylenol. Ephemeral. It doesn't even feel like a real word. No. I'm not saying that word. I have no clue. And these are apparently the company offices. It's good to see a fellow Eorzean. Likewise. Alright, let's see what you got here. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices. We have much to discuss, so we'll refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way. Okay.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Not likely.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed.
Unpleasantness? He tried to have us killed.
Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map.
A map. Okay.
We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha.
Y'all, you didn't let me know that the chat was kind of off the screen there a little bit. Sorry about that.
Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
Well, that just complicates matters.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Oh, I don't... I'm having a hard time. Like, he's giving us a lot of good information, but I'm having a hard time trusting him. Supercalifragilistic is... Super... I got a blackberry seed in my teeth. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I think that's right. But yeah, good job on spelling it right. Though I'm reluctant to take any action whatsoever that can be construed as replacing ourselves in the Lord Lorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Ala Mhigan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. Duck you? Okay. Let's see. Positive duck. Alright, so tonight's positive duck is brought to you by Bloodbot. Oh, thank you. I felt like that there was so much, like, parallels. So I was gonna wear it. Anyway, here's the positive duck for tonight. Oh, this is cute. Even tiny waddles lead to great things. Waddles, like duck waddles. That's so cute. There is your positive, your ducking positive duck tonight. Tiny waddles, y'all. Tiny waddles. Thank you for redeeming a ducking duck. And now back to the game. Okay, so let's talk to Alphino again. Ooh, I get a present. I like getting presents. It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gozetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider. Split up and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. If we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Taru would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. While she tends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alice and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you could take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yuri and Gozetsu during our voyage. Oh. Wow, Yashtila warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. I love that. Looks like it's you and me, Ria. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Cool, cool, cool. Kataru, keep Hancock in line for us, please. Alright. Lise? Wow, Alphino's sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself. You may view Alphino's sketches in time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. Okay. Alright, so... I'm supposed to view it? Okay. I guess I need to view it. It looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he can make a living doing this. Sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting the Karaku at the Onsen? That was it. She's just bad as me. Alright, so... See, this is what it looks like. Ooh, look at pretty, the land of the rising sun. I love the daytime music too. Okay. What am I doing? I should be taking the Aetherite. Talk about fast travel shit. Yeah, here. Oh, here we go. Power coup. Come one, come all. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There is naught that the mystical waters of the Bokusan hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand? You seek this Ara and this Rogaden, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons past or present. Please, we came all the way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have a reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Seki Saigumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Kodokazi, was it? So I didn't realize that this was the area where the inn was, and I've never been in the inn before in Kugane. Let's take a look. The tatami bed. Oh look, it's got a window out to the you can see the night sky, but I wish they could go to a balcony or something, but it's kind of neat. Cassian, yeah, but this is you got a dining table and everything. Yeah, this is probably not my favorite one. Not my favorite inn room, but I've never been in here before. It's kind of cool. I wish you could see the sliding door open though. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, so we're going back out to the... Let me go to here. Here. Kodokazi. Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. No, but have you seen our friends? Ah, an Ari shinobi and a Rogaden samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with a few of mine own. If I speak of that of which you know, Injin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea? The doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet? I see, and you are familiar with the ways of Hingashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own? Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kugane is open to Injin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? Sure. I'm not scared. If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The two individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make that trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I'll provide you the names of the captains if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Kodokazi. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when we finish. All right? Good luck. All right, so gotta find 3 captains. Wait, I need to go this way. Oof. Hiccuping. Oh. I almost spilled my water. That would have been bad. Wait. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. There's a bridge up here. I think. Yeah, right here. I probably could have taken Aetheryte, but I don't know. Maybe. Whee! Oh, here's one. Spice trader. That's cool looking. Look at this. These are some small ass boats for the ride across that sea, though. Compared to the ship that we were just on. You asked me if I've seen this Ari woman and this Rogadan samurai? The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Wazit-Han. It would be an unreasonable detour. Wazit-Han. Okay. Okay, over here. Kurt, Captain. Yes, a Rogadan gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent him away like all the others before him. The woman? Nay, I know her not. Alright. Oh, you gotta go up. Where is the other guy? Is it in here? Did I miss it? There's some stairs over here. No. Whee! Okay. Let's see. Maybe over here? I don't see anybody. And that's the extent. Didn't like me being up down here. Okay, so maybe it, oh, I think I see it there. Yeah, they're up there. Okay. I can't get in this water. Alright, so now I gotta figure out how to get over there. Okay, over here, right here. Meticulous merchant. That's who it is. Okay. Passengers? No. We no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? Ha. If it is woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Excuse me? Rude. Although... no, I'm not going to follow that train of thought. at least some of you had some luck. How did it? Oh, never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Oh, I got to keep the sketch. Yay! It's probably a trap. It's a trap! Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I've just remembered. There was someone on my front list I forgot to visit. Gyodo. Oh, Gyodo. He's a Namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. Yay. Oh, you're up here. Wait. Where you at? You over here? Where are you? I guess you must be upstairs. Let's check the stairs. Oh, there he is. What? What? Why do you stare? You have business with me? By the 12, a talking fish. Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Injun. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Gyodo, right? Gyodo. My name is Lise, and this is Ria. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, this would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. But the journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tataru will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Can we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, but hurry. Your ship must depart under the cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasso Gare Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring mini gil, yes? Okay. It's about time our luck changed. Alpha and the others will be thrilled. I don't know about all of that. I don't know if they will actually be thrilled. Alright. We gotta go back over to... Let's see. Here. Okay. Yep, let me in. Yep. Alpha, no. Lise did something. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Gozetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Authard. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yeri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. So this Gyodo claims to have aided both Gozetsu and Igiri? How fortuitous. Fortuitous. That's how you say it. Fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphino. Stupid's what I call it. How can you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it is not what troubles me most. Gyodo and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Gogetsu was alone. Only Gyodo claims to have met both him and Nigiri. I suppose it's just possible that Gozetsu made inquiries by himself and only called upon Nigiri once he had found a willing captain? But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do that than do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Oh shit. Fine, you may be right about him, but if Gyodo is working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Nigiri and Gozetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? But if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him until he tells us the truth. So, if it is a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. Oh, very well. We should prepare for the worst. Tataru will remain here, and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs. Even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you, the Seki Saigumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Yep. Sure. This is not turning out to be as easy as I thought. To review, Lise, Bria, and I will meet with Gyodo as planned. Alphino will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Gyodo attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Seki Saigumi, we will evade them with Alphino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course. These precautions will be for naught if Gyodo does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge. Okay. Well, good thing it is nighttime, because I don't know if the game would have made me wait for night. I don't think the game has ever made me wait for night, though. Or for a specific time period in the day. I don't remember. I don't think it has. Go here. Maybe for a side quest. And back up the stairs again. Oh, look, it's an instance. How fun. We're going to be in an instance. Alright, let's do this. Our would-be ally is nowhere to be seen. Make ready, Ria. Something smells fishy. Because of course it does.
He's late.
Oh, there he is.
Endless Humblest and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
Lots of head nodding. Where's the boat?
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
The ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, yes. Just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
And up he goes, and down he goes.
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
Oh, we can't do battle with them. We're gonna get cut down. This is the guy that made you hate the Namazu. I kind of wonder, like, maybe they got a family or something. Oh, there's Alphino.
Of all the bloody places.
He just called one of the Centurions just called Alphino. Where'd that brat come from? Yeah, I know. But again, sometimes people will do things when they're desperate. Oh, there's the siren. As expected, the Sakyumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wander our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading the patrols as we go. Oh, a minigame. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Okay. I cannot attack them, otherwise I'll fail. This is fun. I like mini games. Alright, so let me put the smoke bombs on my hotbar to make it a little bit easier. Oh, they're right there. Okay. I only have 9 of them. Alright, so... Oh, shit. Okay, Well, let me use it. Alright. That's all I needed to do. Stop telling me what to do. I can do it myself. Okay, good. Okay, go that way. You go this way. Ooh, I can use sprint. Oh, cool. Oh, shit. I'm in trouble. You go this way. Can't go that way. Go this way. Okay. Right in front of him. We try to hurry and get over here. Ah, you. Just go away. Okay. Alright, come on, 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 come on. Well, shit. Where do I go? I went the wrong way. I think. Oh wait, well, who are you? Come with me, I'll guide you to your friends. A Kojin. First a talking fish and now a tortoise? What have we got to lose? Okay. Nope. This way. Okay. I'm running out of smoke bombs. Oh, he's taking me the back way, I think. Oh, look. Oh, he found him. Okay. Everything's gonna be alright, trust me. Duty complete. That was interesting. Oh, okay. Have fun with Dragon Quest.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Ooh, so sorry about that. His voice sounds very, like, familiar.
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Kojin. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
Okay, so he must be our friend.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
Okay. Although Hancock did tell us not to trust anybody. Basically.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
I was like...
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Sekisei Gumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisei to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart. is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure.
I've got to figure out who voices him. As I like his voice. Christian Phillips. So it feels like I know him from someplace else. So who do I know? How do I know Christian Phillips? Voice actor. He's played in Baldur's Gate 3, which I haven't played. Let's see if I can... Gosh, he's got such a deep voice. Like, I have a hard time... I'm trying to figure out... Shakespeare and Hathaway, I've never seen that. I feel like I've seen him though, like, or heard him someplace, but I don't recognize any of the titles that he's attributed to. So, but his voice, I like his voice a lot, quite a bit.
I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
And now my fruit's all gone. That's okay. It was good fruit. Good berries. Very good berries. I'm still annoyed he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the city guard snapping at our heels. It don't say. Making the catfish sing. Right then, Kyoto should be coming around soon. I think it's time we had a little chat, don't you? Yeah, let's have a chat with the fish. Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me. So stop pretending to be asleep or I'll give you another ride on my boot. No! No, no, no more boots. All my secrets are yours for the asking. Tell us what you know about Yagiri and Gozetsu. Every last detail. And if I find out later that you lied to me... No, 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 no more lies. The clear, unvarnished truth. You have my word. Only the samurai did I meet. Yes, yes, only him. He asked after a ship, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans. You mean you led him into a trap as you did us? Because you are an Imperial spy. No, I am no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So when the Garleans offered a bounty for any domans found in Kugane... Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy, but a common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You need half a brain to be a spy. So what happened to the samurai? Such a cruel, vicious tongue you have. He would not go quietly. No. Blades were drawn, men were cut down, and the Sekisagumi came. They took the samurai away. Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me that the engine they arrested the other day was Gozetsu? Oh, had I but known. If he's in the custody of the Sekisagumi, I need only see to it that the requisite funds find their way into the great official's hands, and your friend will walk free. As it is in Ula, so it is in Kugane. But given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. We'll make a pragmatist out of you yet, Master Alphino. I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't ever change. Well, I say don't ever change Alphino, but like, he has grown up quite a bit. You are free to wait here while I speak with a relevant official, but if you would rather wait for Gozetsu outside the barracks, we can go together. I wouldn't put it past the Imperials to try something again, so mayhap it would be best if Lee, Ri, and I joined you. Alright, but what about Gyoto? I'll keep an eye on him for the time being. We can release him after you return with Gozetsu. He will doubtless have some choice words to say to the little fellow. Sorobon, mayhap it be prudent to prepare your ship for our immediate departure. As you wish. Everything is in order? Then let us be off. The Sekisagumi barracks are to the north. Oy. All because of little fish. Let's see. Alright, yeah, so when we get back, we're probably gonna be wrapping up this quest and moving on to the next one. Let's see. I want to go to here. Alright. Ads are going to be starting here very shortly, and I'm afraid this is going to be a cutscene, so I don't want to start it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our break right now. Go ahead and get up and do your self-care, and we shall return right after this. Welcome back. Hi, hope everybody had a fantastic break. All right. I'm pretty sure this is going to go into a cutscene. So, let's pop into this cutscene and see what we got. Or not. I must ask that you wait here. You may be assured this will not take long. Oh, I guess. Okay. I thought it was going to be a cutscene, but it might still be. Is it really going to be as simple as he says, do you think? Oh, wait again. He said it wouldn't take long, right? Because this feels a bit long to me. Lise, put your patient pants on. Did you forget to pack them? Calm down, Lise. Everything's going to be all right. Much as I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. From what I've gleaned of the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pleasantries. There seems to be a correct way to do everything here, bribery being no exception. I say we shall leave them to it, right, Ria? Alright, maybe now, cussing. Right. Everything's fine. Probably. I mean, it couldn't be as bad as the last time we stood around waiting for something to happen. I guess not. And it would be raiding right now, too.
How about you?
Oh, boy. Oh, dear.
Was that? That was Gazetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble. Lise, wait!
I suppose we should follow her then.
Oh, unfortunately, Lise has a habit of thinking with her feelings instead of her brain first.
Victory to the samurai!
What? What?
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
He's playing games.
Gazetsu!
Oh, this is a surprise! What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
I want to hear the explanation too.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisugumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
Okay.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Those are the soldiers that were after us that night too.
And we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
I hope you didn't give him the gill. And Kogetsu is just laughing. Alright, so where's Yagiri? Alright. Okay. Once more to the Ruby Sea. I must apologize that you endured such trials and tribulations in search of me. There's no need for that. You had no way of knowing we would come looking for you. You were after a ship to take you to Doma, yes? It just so happens we have found a willing captain. Truly? What a fortune. We will tell you all about it back at the company offices. Alphino and Tataru are waiting for us there. But where is Yagiri? Y'all, we're missing somebody. We gotta find Yagiri first. Alright, let's see. Wait, is it It's Injin. I think it's Asian. Asian. I don't know how you say that, actually. I was just calling it Injin, but, like, that's not the right word either. Uh-oh. Gozetsu, thank the 12 you are unharmed. As you can see, Master Alphino, I am the very picture of health. You, vile fiend, malevolent trickster? How kind the Kami are to grant me vengeance so soon. But first, I demand you return the coin you so villainously embezzled from me. You have every right to be angry, good sir. Gladly would I return to your coin, had I not been forced to repay certain gambling debts beforehand. Setting that matter aside for the moment, where is Lady Yagiri? Was she not traveling with you? For a time, but we parted ways some while ago. Be better to improve our chances of finding Lord Hien. Lord Hien? Forgive me, I have yet to explain. Lord Hien is the heir to Doma's throne and our master. His was a passionate voice for the cause of Doman liberation, and when we learned of the Emperor's death, it only grew louder. So you seized upon the opportunity and rose up to reclaim your freedom, only for your hopes to be dashed when Xenos led his army unto your lands. The Crown Prince was a merciless foe. Against him and the might of the 12th, we had no chance. Once Lord Hien understood this, he bade Yagiri to take to the sea with as many of our people as possible. He, however, would stand and fight that they might have more time to escape. I remained by his side as well, and together we carried on our doomed war. And then one day, in a fierce battle, we were separated. I knew not what became of him, only that he was beyond the Empire's reach, and that to find him I would need Yagiri's aid. The situation grows more perilous by the day, for the new viceroy, Yotsuyu, is a black-hearted villainess who delights in the torment of our people. There is naught she would do not do to further her pursuit of Lord Hien. Thank you. I believe that makes matters a good deal clearer. It should please you to learn that we come to aid the Doman Liberation Front in resuming their efforts to overthrow their imperial oppressors. Then allow me to join you. My inquiries here bore no fruit, hence my desire to return to Othard. Once there, I can lead you to our headquarters in Yangxia, where we shall all be reunited with Yagiri. Mayhap not all. Alphino's talents would be seen better applied here in Kugane, working closely with Tataru and Hancock to feed us intelligence. There is a Garlean embassy just down the road after all. While I appreciate the vote of confidence, I should be glad to accompany you all. As a soldier in the field, so to speak. Come now, brother. A competent commander assigns the soldiers the tasks best suited to them, as you of all people should know, and you are so very good at espionage and intrigue. For we all must serve, each in our own way. Very well, it would seem my place is here. Poor Alphino. Soraban is waiting at the pier. Have fun, you lot. Alright, so down to the pier we go. Down here, okay. Hopefully we don't run afoul of some pirates. I've been waiting for you, my friends. All preparations have been completed and my ship awaits its passengers. Shall we depart without further delay? After you, my shelled friend. If you insist, with me, everyone, the Ruby Sea awaits. The Ruby Sea.
I remember the water, how it turned crimson in the morning sun. A shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever. But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
So that gigantic tower, I think it's called Heaven on High? Heaven on High. So, I think it's Heaven on High. Yeah, so it's basically a 100-floor deep dungeon. And so I've done the Palace of the Dead, which is the one that's in the Realm Reborn. This is the one that they brought to Stormblood. They didn't have one in Heavensward. I think that there are... Let's see here. You know what? That's funny. Apparently, like, I'm looking on the FF14 wiki, which I don't care for because of all the ads, but they say that it is basically like a roguelike game mode, which I don't like roguelikes. But I don't mind the deep dungeons. So that's kind of funny, like, because Blood was playing Hades. Yeah, Hades. And I remember him dying a couple different times and having to start all the way over. And that would drive me insane. And then him and his best friend played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle version of it. It would drive me insane. I can't. It would drive me crazy. You can't heal yourself, which would drive my OCD up the wall because everybody's got to be topped off. But anyway, they have Palace of the Dead for Realm Reborn. They have Heaven on High, which came in Stormblood. Eureka Orthos came in Endwalker, and Pilgrim's Traverse came in Dawn Trail. I've wanted to do them, but I haven't... Oh, hi, Nettie. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. But I haven't done them to the completion. I think I've gotten to like the highest level I can do like with random people. But yeah, I've always wanted to do them solo because you get really massive rewards by doing them solo. So Nettie, we have a question of the day. It's a would you rather. Would you rather have unlimited fast travel or unlimited inventory space in every game? Sorbonne says, how wide and beautiful she is, the Ruby Sea, filled with promise and adventures and treasures, many wonderful treasures. And there we have the Ruby Sea. Unlimited inventory space, hands down. So I kind of cheated my answer. I said it depends on the game. Because it really does. Like, the different... Like, I like to play Palia too, and I don't want to have to travel like every hour back to my house because I filled up my inventory. You know, Final Fantasy XIV's a little bit differently. I want to be able to go back and forth to different zones whenever I wanted to go to different zones. I don't know. To me, it's depending on every game, but I like the idea of unlimited inventory because, like, you can always run wherever you want to go. I wonder how far it'll let me go and swim. This is gonna be too much. I can't even put a mount on here. And you know, and some games even have mounts that make it a little bit easier to travel. I feel like part of the fun in MMO and RPG games is the traveling and sightseeing. You know what? That is true because one of my favorite parts of an expansion is unlocking the maps. and finding the 8th occurrence and all of that. So I don't know how far it's gonna let me go out. It might let me do all of them. Ooh, it did. I don't want to go too far away because this is gonna be too much. I can't go underwater either. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I can't dive yet. Which I don't think I get diving for a while here. Let me go back to my quest, and then we'll keep it moving. And talk to Sorbonne again. Alright. Now, in order to reach the shores of Author, you will need to cross the resplendent waters you see before you. However, this is easier said than done. You set forth without making the necessary preparations to invite the Confederacy to claim your vessel, and your life should you resist. But this fate can be avoided by playing the Ruby Tithe, and thereby earning you the blessing of the Pirate Lords. So let us go and greet them. Our destination is to the isle to the west. It doesn't look very far to me. Rhea, why don't we jump in and swim for it? I've had my fill of boats. An excellent idea. I think you should find the water to your liking. I'll use my ship to deliver those less inclined to the isle. Okay, so I am going to swim. When I played through MSQ, I had one rule. Fast traveling wasn't allowed for me. That made the adventure so much better and game so much immersion. You know what? That's actually a really good idea. That is a really good idea. So this is my first play. I've actually played Final Fantasy XIV for 11 years. Is 11 years? 2015, yeah, 11 years. So it's not my first go through, but I do remember when I was playing for the first time, I would just I'd be sitting in Gridania and just like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I had a really crappy laptop at the time too. So like my frame rate was horrible, but I was like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I can just sit here and stare at it all day long. But yeah, that actually is a really good idea. I like that idea. And I might steal that for another game when I choose another one, because I'm not sure which one is going to come after I get done with story here, as well as the Kingdom Hearts game I'm playing. I do like that idea a lot, though. Right, this should be easy, and a good way to loosen up before the next fight, whenever it comes. 20 gil says I beat you there. Well, of course, because you're going to disappear before I can even move. And I can't sprint. Okay, let's go. We're definitely going back to that rule for Evercold. You know what? I might too now, actually. My goal is to get through story here all the way through Dawn Trail before Evercold. And I will be streaming Evercold for my... probably the first week it comes out. Like, I'll probably take a week off work and stream it a little bit. I want to stream story. I just want to... I desire to record my reactions, basically, and just have fun with it. I'm still torn on whether or not I'm going to play as Dancer or if I'm going to unlock the new Fizz range DPS whenever we know what it is and play as that. So not entirely sure, but very good idea. Ah, there you are. I trust you enjoyed yourselves. Follow me, my friends. The one with whom we must speak is a man named Tansui. Tansui? Okay. Well, at least the pirates aren't, like, aggroing us. They might be somewhat friendly. Let's see. Tansui. I fear you have the advantage of me. Do we now? Most honorable and esteemed Riabriclop, I am Tansui, a humble mate who serves at the pleasure of the Confederacy's captain. As you are in the company of the Shellback, I presume we have business to discuss. Shellback? Okay, you mean the turtle guy? Sorbonne? He's a pretty cool guy. You wish to pay the ruby tithe, yes? With your gil, perhaps? It is just as well. Foreign currencies are in demand these days. I would pay for their passage to Othard. Whoa, what? Does this sum meet with your satisfaction? The sea has been quite tempestuous of late. I cannot say with confidence that you would reach your destination safely. Unless you tripled it. Did you take me for a fool? I know the price, as do all. Alas, we live in interesting times. As you came from Kugane, I should think I need not tell you that. The shadow of war looms. The wise and the cautious shirk our waters and our custom, and the foolhardy sharpen their knives in anticipation. Meaning? Sir, you've got to come quickly. The bastards are at it again. I tried to convince them to stop, but they weren't having it. Ah, very well. I'll be there shortly. A proposition. Your comrades strike me as a worthwhile investment. I would not hear men name me a cat before a koban, so I shall consider their tithe paid. Not for what they have done, but for what I expect they will do. Which is to follow you. I'm not sure what to make of that man, but at least the matter of our tithe is settled. For now. What was it that he and the other pirate were talking about? Maybe we ought to go and have a look. Which is exactly what he wanted us to do in the first place. You saw much more of the maps, yep. Found so many amazing G-posing spots. You have a notebook filled with coordinates and keynotes for the different spots. Oh, that's neat. So I don't do a lot of G-posing, just because I'm more of a completionist by nature, so I don't really take a lot of time to like take a lot of pictures within the game itself, which I probably could do well to stop and smell the roses. But what would be really cool is I'm actually looking to build my FC up because I don't have anybody in there except from like in real life friends who don't play the game. But I'm looking at actually building up the FC that I have, and I want to have like different games and events that we do. What would be really cool is if like you could take those different areas and you can like make riddles about like what they are, and have people like go on a scavenger hunts looking for them. And that could be like a free company event. The only problem with that is that you have to make sure, like I guess you'd have to make sure that everybody has access, because I think, well, everybody should have access to Shadowbringers at this point because they have the free trial. It's the ones that are further that you really wouldn't be able to do very much. So I see Elise over there, but why am I going over there when they're all over here? Interesting. I guess I'm the guinea pig in this case. A big old fire crab. It's the redbacks. Or is that what you call them? The redbacks?
Gentlemen! I'm told you were most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate.
Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Oh no. Oh shit. Don't do it.
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
I hope your ship sinks.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kojin stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
Oh, he's gone.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat, and the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory, or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put us here at once!
Okay.
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
I guess we're going on a rabbit trail to find the Viceroy. What did I miss? Toughest part about running an FC is keeping people engaged with the FC. In the FC you're currently in, we do treasure maps frequently, have photo competitions, and you play hide and seek a couple times with great success. Yeah, so I have been in good engaging FCs before. And they've been fun. I won't go into a lot of details, but there was a little bit of a drama thing that happened a few years ago and I just decided I was just going to make my own FC because I don't want to deal with drama. But the problem with that is when you isolate yourself, it's so easy to stay in that isolation. which is one of the reasons why I started streaming, is because I do want to build a community of friends that I can talk to. Because we are meant to be social creatures. Even though I'm very, very introverted, I feel like that I can still benefit from having people I can have fun with. And I remember I do kind of like miss the days when you could log into 14 and everybody says hi to you and you say hi and you go and do stuff, fun things together. So I'm kind of like looking to do that again. I'm ready to get myself back out there, if that makes any sense, of having a full FC. It does take a lot of work to keep it engaging, and I will say I feel like Dawn Trail was probably a lot harder for FC laters because people got so disinterested in the game, because Dawn Trail got a lot of negative feedback, I feel like, just because the story wasn't the greatest, and that kind of. I personally didn't mind the story. It was very slow to get into, but I also knew it was a build up for a new arc, so I was kind of more patient with it, I guess is what you would say. But yeah, miss talking in Discord if he, so that's hard to do on a regular basis because yeah, we live in a very small place. Yeah, I think I was looking it up the other day. It was like 800 square feet or something like that. It's very small, but it works for us for right now. Maybe we're talking about maybe trying to find a place to rent that's a little bit larger to just so that I can have my space and Blood can have his space and we can just go to town with whatever we want to do in our own little spaces. He's been gracious enough to put up with me streaming 3 nights a week. You have a close to zero tolerance to drama. Then again, our FC's 21 plus. We kind of expect people to act like adults. You know, that's actually a good point. You would think people would know how to act like adults if they're 21 plus. But I will tell you, I used to be a supervisor at a contact center. I've been in customer service pretty much my whole professional life, but I was a supervisor a few years ago, and the amount of people that come in to a center and are full adults. Some of them are in their 30s, some of them in their 40s, some of them are in their 50s and 60s, and they act like they're in high school is crazy to me. There is so much like, let me spill the tea type of thing for you. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Oh boy. What are we waiting for? Come, come. Sorbonne cannot have gone far. Though now that I think on it, it is passing strange that he left without warning. Mayhap he did not wish to be seen by his Kojin brethren? I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless, it may be prudent to return to his ship, or at least to the Confederate encampment. Alright, so let's go back here. Oh! Ah, the flying shark! Now that is not something that you see on your bingo card area every now and then. Appreciate zero tolerance, but some chucklehead caused drama with his girlfriend, pulled us into it, and messed up a friendship with the whole FC. We were in a... Was it 5 years ago now at this point? Yeah, it was kind of... It was kind of bad, but... I don't think that there was... I think that there was some things that were misunderstood, and... I think that we were also very frustrated and said things that we shouldn't have said either. But that was pretty much after everything was going on, so... It's unfortunate, but ooh, Aether Current. We kind of learned from it. And now we're gonna try to be a little bit more... what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, we said some stuff we thought was right and it was very misconstrued. Yeah, very true. I can only remember we've had 2 who started some petty drama and I got so tired of it that I made a squabble room and she put them in. That's actually a good idea. So like, and you mean in Discord? Or like in like I'm assuming you're meaning Discord. Because I wish there was like a timeout room in the FC house. That'd be kind of awesome. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. No, thank you. No, thank you. I will refuse. I do not need to be put in no squabble room. Because even if I was... Even if I was put in a squabble room with my mom, I wouldn't get I wouldn't be able to get a word in edgewise anyway. There's Soraban. Turns out it worked like a charm. They're inseparable now. They even got married in game. That's amazing. That looked really, really good. I love that. That's a good story. That's great. It actually reminds me of a coworker I had. We were like at each other's throats all the time. Like, and it's because we just had just different styles and how we talked and communicated. And then we were going to put on a project together, and I was like, okay, we got to sit down and figure this out. And so I'm a person that wears my heart on my sleeve, and so I get very emotional. And I think we were sitting in the meeting room, and I was talking to him. I was like, dude, you made me go home crying. And that just melted his heart. And he was like, okay, we're not going to do this no more. We're going to be friends. But, and since then we were really, really good. We don't talk much anymore because I moved out of the state. But we were pretty much inseparable at work at that point. So, oh boy. Oh, my friends, 1,000 pardons. As you may have guessed, I was reluctant to be seen in your company by my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our allegiances as a whole. You understand? Kami be praised. Too often are the shellless quick to judge all Kojin for the deeds of one. Right then, now that our business with the Tansui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear. Okay. Alright. So what quest is this? This is to bend with the wind. Oh wow, we actually got further than I thought. Not bad. Alright. So, I'm actually probably gonna stop here tonight before the ads go through again. What time is it? Yeah. Before ads go through again, I'm gonna just kind of stop here for the night, only because I am kind of feeling a little tired tonight. And I still wanted to come in here, stream, and do a little bit of the actual story. I didn't want to get any further behind than I already am. But yeah, so I'm going to look for someone to raid, but before I do that, let me see. You're gonna act like kids. I'm gonna treat you like kids. Hall monitor. Oh, nice, nice. That's awesome. All right. So my normal schedule is Why are you not working? There it goes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am planning on a. Wait, what is so? I'm going to stream Pelia for the first time this week because I've not streamed it, but I really like that game and I want to showcase it, and it's got a new update coming. So I'm trying to remember. I think I was going to do that. When is the update? I keep forgetting. When is the Palia update? My brain is not. July 28th. So that is tomorrow. So, well, not tomorrow. So what I'll probably do is I will play Palia on Wednesday morning instead of Stormblood, and then I'll play Stormblood on Thursday. So I'll have a special stream on Thursday morning for Stormblood. So basically streaming 3 nights in a row. So we go Palia, Stormblood, and then Kingdom Hearts on our normal Friday night Kingdom Hearts night. So there will be a special stream up to this week for that, because I'm just super excited. I really want to showcase and support Palia where I can, because it's doing a really good thing for the gaming community by offering a absolutely free game. And then I also want to share our Discord. It's small, but we're growing it, and we'd like to see you in there. But in the meantime, thank you all for your support and popping in and chatting with me. Really do appreciate you. You guys are amazing and awesome. It looks like actually, I'm going to double check just to be sure. I'm going to actually get you guys over to Pyra, who's watching the FanFest watch party, having a FanFest watch party. Oh wait, she's offline. That's not right. Why is it not? Let me refresh. Things are not working properly. Yes, Nettie. I am hyped for Evercold. So hyped, ready for it. Pyra is not online. So why did it say it was online? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Who is playing? Vanille is playing oh, he's playing Shadowbringers, though. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who may not have played it yet. Let's talk to... You know what? Let me see if I can find someone who's playing Palia to give you guys a sneak peek on what we're going to be doing next stream. Let's see. Find someone who is... Oh, and they got drops on too. So why not? Kyoshi Warriors. Looks like they're getting ready to play Palia. Or no, actually, know what? You know what? I look like they're getting ready to end. So we will raid them next time. Oh, okay. I am just having the hardest time finding someone tonight. Okay. We've done Kimby Me before, so we'll go ahead and rate them again. And they're playing Palia. They're doing some fishing right now, so probably grinding the summer event. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. You're so amazing and awesome, and I love you all so very much. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Self-care is very, very important, and I will see you on the next stream. Bye.